Do you love Google? Of course you love Google. Everybody loves Google. That's where you, me, and everybody else gets our information. Google recently have published few reports about studies on searches from 2019 and trends for 2020. And there's a few very important lessons that we are business owners, roofers, roofing business owner, construction business owner, any business owner out there have to pay close attention to, because Google understands consumer behavior, and consumer behavior have changed in the last couple of years dramatically. And there's one trend in 2019 that I want to talk about today. We all notice how our behaviors are changing. I know my wife complains all the time how much I spend on my phone. You probably glued to your phone all the time, but phone is a modern computer. It's a search. It's what we do with information, how we consume, how we get better. But it also can be a distraction. So Google publishes this report not only for us to understand how we consume information, what we do in the most, because numbers don't lie, data doesn't lie, but also what is happening to all of us, how we start consuming content, how we're shopping around, and that includes how we're choosing our roofing and services. And number one lesson for me personally, and what I got out of 2019 report by Google, is that satisfying immediacy is more important than loyalty for majority of consumers. Why is that? Because we don't have patience anymore, because everybody wants it here and now. As a roofing contractor, I actually experienced it a lot. So many times I have asked my homeowner who did their job a couple of years ago and they didn't know. Or they actually worked with someone 2-3 years ago and maybe it's another hailstorm, or they do have a contractor but they could not reach him. So contractors who don't understand it will never be successful, will never be able to scale in the future, because our attention span is going smaller and smaller. We want everything here and now. And if you understand what it really means, you will take advantage in 2020. But let's break it down. What it really means. What satisfying immediacy really means. And I'm going to give you 4 tips how can you apply to your business in 2020. I actually experienced it myself in my business, where my regular clients could not reach me right there and somebody was in front of me, or they knock at their door and offer them a service, door knockers after the hail. So you might have a list of customers, like let's say you have 1,000 people who've used you in the last couple of years. Some of them even gave you positive reviews, but if they have a door knocker in front of them next day after the hail happened, we all hate it. We all hate out-of-town contractors, but the reason they're so successful, because they're there and now. And when consumer sees it, they might be skeptical, but it's sky is falling mentality, but it's also mentality of, I can get it done right now. I don't have to shop around later. This guy seems like a nice guy. I'm gonna just get it done. I recently did a project at my house. I was replacing fans. So if I call 5 companies and only one of them return my phone call, and I schedule the estimate appointment, the guy comes out, guess what? What's going to happen is, even if I call 4 companies besides him, but they're not returning back to me on time, they really want to deal with it or they want to get it done. So that's immediacy. It's more important than loyalty. Or maybe I already have a fence guy that I used 2 years ago, or somebody recommended him to me, and I call him and he's playing phone tag with me, he cannot get out. I understand that he's a recommended contractor. I understand that my loyalty should be with him, but because he's not available, I don't think I will wait. People not gonna wait for you just because you feel they have a loyalty. They don't have loyalty. Nobody has loyalty anymore. It's here and now. Average homeowner owns their houses for 5 years. So if you've done their job 5 years ago, most likely they don't even live there anymore. If they bought a new house, if they met another roofer, we're a commodity business. And you can only be successful in commodity business if you have a brand, but also if you're responsive, if you're right there when they need it. So be in responsive business. That's why tip number 1 I'm going to give you in this video is your first employee should be a receptionist. Some other business owners will give you advice to hire sales reps first. I don't believe in it. your problem less likely to be lead generation problem. If you don't have a receptionist, you don't even have leads problem. You have receptionist problem. Receptionist comes before leads. Receptionist comes before sales guys. I understand the sales can bring you money, but they don't fix everything. Answering your phone call, being available 24/7, that will boost your sales. That will feed your sales guys and will give you as a business owner leverage in your business. If you're gonna hire a sales rep and you don't have a receptionist, what leverage do you have? He's gonna go knock doors because you're not answering phone calls, or you're dropping the ball and you trying as a business owner to answer and be responsive. Listen, find out how long people actually will wait before they call next company. It's minutes. If you don't return every single phone call within a couple of minutes, you're losing a customer. Even people who are replying to your Facebook ads or sending you emails or visiting your website and contact you via forums, if you don't get back to them within a couple of minutes, next day it's a cold call. You just wasted that time, that marketing dollar, all the branding effort you put forward. So when you hired that sales rep and you did not give him leads, you did not give him office support, you have no leverage. Why would he work for you and not next guy? He's gonna sell for you. You're gonna pay him 50% of your profits, but tomorrow somebody will offer him 60% of the profit and you're gonna lose him. But if you have receptionists, you actually have some leverage over sales reps, some leverage over your consumer and over your traffic, and you'll be saving marketing dollars. You get the idea. Second tip is be responsive in everything you do. It's your messenger on your Facebook. It's your emails. It's your text messages. You have to reply. You have to be ready. You have to set up processes, set up your daily routine to always be available to answer phone calls, to answer inquiries, because these days leads are coming from everywhere. People are tagging each other. I mean, I see on the Facebook, we Roofing Insights, we constantly publish leads that come to Roofing Insights from homeowners in our groups. There's a few contractors who's always available. I would come to the group and say, hey, we have a contractor, we have a request in this zip code. And I probably have 10 people there, but only 1 or 2 of them will reply. Guess what? Lead goes to those who reply. If you don't have a time to check that, or if you did not hire somebody to check that, shame on you, because leads are coming everywhere. People tagging each other, people going in, it's like, hey, I need a roofer in Minneapolis. Well, I need to see that. Or my receptionist, my assistant, or my sales guy. So if somebody tags me, I tag my team immediately. Even if I don't have time, I'm gonna tag my receptionist right away to get in contact, and somebody have to take care of it. Number 3, you have to understand another trend in 2020 is attention span. It's only getting smaller. We're getting busier and busier. There's more and more apps. There's more and more content to consume. So we as humans, it's not a bad thing. We have to filter through more information. So that's why we're spending less time on information. So back in the day, on Saturday night, your choice was probably between like 5 movies to watch. Today, when me and my wife want to watch a movie, oh my goodness, I scroll more through trailers and through platforms. Is it going to be Netflix? Is it Amazon? Is it Disney Plus? I mean, there's so many platforms. I mean, back in the day, it was 5 movies. Today, there's 5 streaming services to choose from. You have to make a first decision from what streaming service your next movie is going to be, and then you're going to watch 20 trailers because you don't want to waste your time. And I'm just talking about picking a good movie to watch with your family or your loved one. Come on. You have to understand how people really think these days, how people search, why people scroll. So when you understand that, you're going to create better content, you're going to create better call to action, you're going to have better hooks in your videos, in your messages, maybe make it shorter, sweeter, value proposition right away. Like, why would I hire you? Why would I even click in your page? There's hundreds of them out there. So you have to really stand out. And when you understand what attention span really is, you're going to understand how to serve that and how to stand out and how to market to those people who are potentially looking for your company, for your services. And lastly, number 4, don't forget about competition. Yes, in the roofing business, every year a lot of contractors going under and they're leaving the space, but also a lot of contractors are moving in. So in 2020, more and more people are going to be doing Facebook ads, Google ads. I mean, Google is so competitive these days. In some markets, you will pay $150 per click. You still can dominate, you still can grow all the way to the top, but it takes longer because it's crowded. So you really have to learn how to make it through the noise, how to be different, how to have a catchier name, catchier slogan, how to stand out in a really big crowd. It's not that hard, but it takes a lot of thinking, a lot of brainstorming, because you don't want to be commoditized. You don't want to become like everyone else. You want to have different product to install. You want to have different process. You want to just be different guy and not to blend with the crowd. And if you satisfy that immediacy that Google is talking about, you will get some results because nobody cares about loyalty anymore. Sorry for the hard truth, but it is the truth. Good luck to you in 2020. Let me know what you think in comments below about this content. Do you agree? Do you not agree? What you guys think? Love hearing feedback. Please engage. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you are one of our existing students or have attended one of our classes in the past, please share your feedback in comments below. Don't forget to subscribe or like. That always helps.